loveliest Toastmasters to be the evaluator for this evening. So before Waqar comes up, maybe Anjana, the evaluator, if you could read the objectives.
Waqar is doing his first speech, which is the Project 1 from the Competent Communicator Manual. It's the icebreaker. And his objectives are to begin speaking before an audience, to discover speaking skills you already have, and skills that need some attention. And the time is 4 to 6 minutes.
Lovely. So I've got to welcome Waqar to the stage with his speech called My Journey. So ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Waqar.
What a pleasure it is to be here. Mr. Toastmaster, fellow members and guests, good evening. This is my first speech in a series of speeches, C1 as it's called, Icebreaker. I believe life is a journey and not a destination, and through this C1 I will share with you some of my professional journey so far. So my name is Waqar Ahmed, as mentioned. Originally I'm from Karachi, Pakistan, which is the commercial capital of Pakistan. We have got loads of doctors and accountants in my family. And funny as it may sound, when a child is born, there's actually a discussion whether it's going to be a doctor or an accountant. And it's not a coincidence that my sister is a doctor and my brother is an accountant. Now, being the youngest, I had a little more freedom. I wanted to be a doctor, but medicine is a long road. And it takes a while before you start to earn some decent earning. So motivated by money mainly, I decided to become an accountant. Now during my training, I came across another profession which is called actuary, which was quite rare in Pakistan at that time. And with prospects of earning even more money. So it was a very simple choice. I went on to become an actuary. Now, what is an actuary, you ask? Maybe I'll cover that in my next speech. So essentially, I started my working career working as a consultant. Once I completed my training, I went on to join the government of Pakistan. I moved to Islamabad, which is the capital city, a very, very beautiful city. And there's a joke about it which goes like, where is Islamabad? It's 20 miles from Pakistan, just to show that it is very, very different from the rest of the country. Working for the government, I got introduced to the perks and privileges, chauffeur-driven car, fewer working hours, people opening doors for you, and I actually had my own staff sitting outside my office waiting for me to give them orders. It was actually quite stressed thinking about how to keep them busy all the time. But in short, life was good. Now, some people are risk averse. I take risks, and I proved this by leaving my nice and comfortable job and started working for myself. Now, unfortunately, the business didn't go as well as I was hoping, and there were issues with collection, and I remember worrying about paying salaries to the people I hired. It took me a lot of months and a significant dent to my financial position, but I realized that my venture had no future. I closed it down, learned my lesson, which was never to do it again, and then moved on. So back in the market, and I was lucky enough to find a very good job in a private sector. I moved back to Karachi, and a few years passed. Life was getting comfortable, I was getting comfortable, and life was getting good again. But not for long, as I decided to move to the UK. Now, why UK, you ask? I'm not sure. I have a US qualification. I was working for an American company. I have family in the US. But still, I decided UK and not US. There's no fun and easy, I suppose. And this is my first time working and living in a foreign country. So frankly, it took some time getting used to. There was weather, there was standing and waiting in the queues, no family supports. Driving was a particular fun, driving in a lane, no honking. I confess to paying lots and lots of parking tickets. I practically think that I made Sutton Council quite rich. I also got 3 points in the first 6 months of coming here, 3 points of the driving license. And I realized that even when it's 2 a.m. in the morning or when there are no cars around, one must stop at a red traffic light. Now the funny thing is that I actually wrote to DVLA arguing that there were no cards around, so they should take the points back. But clearly they did not pay any heed, lucky enough. So in any event, I made some adjustments, largely compromises on my part. But things were normalizing and life was getting good once again. But my ambition for the bigger and better got me into this business education program. And after about 18 months of balancing act between family, work and me time, and about 30 grand in debt, I'm not sure I got any wiser because I left my good job to start working for myself again. Now it's been difficult, there has been ups and downs, but the good thing is that I think I'm floating and not drowning. The next few years are very important as it will influence what I do for the next 20. So to sum it up, I have given you snapshots into my professional journey before and after coming to the UK and my new project. I hope this is just a beginning and I will continue to share my journey with you. Mr. Toastmaster?
You may notice that on your feedback sheet